I found out later from Lauren that John, who I'd known for years,
John Belushi,
even before
right.
SNL,
right.
had been quite kind of jealous about my rise to fame.
You invented that. Mm-hmm. So it might seem
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
We were backstage. They were having some kind of meeting backstage before the show starts. And all of a sudden, Bill Murray gets into a fight with Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase approached comedy like a surgeon approaching brain surgery. Precision mattered more than passion. Timing trumped spontaneity. For 3 decades, he wielded wit like a scalpel, cutting through Hollywood's lowbrow expectations with calculated intelligence. Chase never settled for easy laughs. While others relied on pratfalls and punchlines, he pursued something more elusive. Sophisticated humor that entertained without insulting audience intelligence. Comedy that could make people think while making them laugh. Behind that smug exterior and controversial reputation lived something more complex than Hollywood gossip suggested. A performer who studied comedic masters like doctoral student researching a thesis. Chase collected techniques, analyzed timing, and deconstructed what separated memorable entertainment from forgettable noise. His standards were impossibly high because he understood something his critics missed. That comedy could be art if approached with sufficient respect and skill. That funny didn't have to mean stupid. That audiences would embrace intelligence if someone had courage to serve it properly. Throughout his polarizing career, certain performers captured Chase's complete attention. Artists who demonstrated that entertainment could elevate rather than diminish. Actors who proved that sophistication and popularity weren't mutually exclusive territories. These weren't his comedy influences or career models. They were the standard bearers who showed him that greatness required more than natural talent. It demanded relentless pursuit of excellence. 6. Johnny Carson. Chevy Chase discovered his template for comedic authority through Johnny Carson, though their relationship existed more in Chase's imagination than actual interaction. Here was someone who demonstrated that sustained excellence required more discipline than talent. What mesmerized Chase wasn't Carson's famous timing or interviewing skills. It was his ability to make difficulty look effortless night after night for 3 decades. Carson proved that consistency was the ultimate professional achievement, that showing up prepared was more valuable than occasional brilliance. Chase studied Carson's weekend update-style monologues like textbooks, analyzing how he could make topical humor feel timeless. Carson taught him that great comedy emerged from observation rather than invention, that the best jokes simply revealed truths people already suspected. Behind cameras, Carson maintained professional distance that Chase both admired and emulated. No unnecessary friendship with guests, no desperate pursuit of approval, just calm competence that made everyone else work harder to deserve his attention. What impressed Chase most was Carson's refusal to chase trends or pander to changing tastes. He established standards early and maintained them regardless of cultural shifts around him. Carson proved that audiences would adapt to quality rather than forcing quality to accommodate audiences. 5. Peter Sellers. Chevy Chase encountered his greatest transformation inspiration in Peter Sellers. Though calling it inspiration understates the profound envy Chase felt watching someone disappear so completely into characters. Here was an actor who made reinvention look like natural breathing. What captivated Chase wasn't Sellers' accent work or physical comedy. It was his fearless abandonment of personal identity in service of fictional personas. Sellers could become French, Indian, or completely invented personalities with such conviction that audiences forgot the man behind the mask existed. Chase studied Sellers' Pink Panther performances like scientific experiments, analyzing how someone could make clumsiness seem elegant and stupidity appear sophisticated. Sellers taught him that great comedy required complete commitment to absurd premises. Behind cameras, Sellers maintained the same mysterious distance that marked his screen work. Professional colleagues never knew which personality would arrive on set each day. Chase admired that kind of controlled unpredictability. What impressed Chase most was Sellers' evolution from radio comedian to international film star without compromising his essential weirdness. He proved that British sensibility could conquer American audiences if presented with sufficient confidence. Their brief encounters revealed Sellers' genuine melancholy beneath comedic brilliance. Chase recognized similar emotional complexity in himself, the performer's eternal struggle between public persona and private reality. Sellers taught Chase that transformation was comedy's highest art form, that audiences would follow actors anywhere if they committed completely to the journey, no matter how strange the destination. For Chase, Sellers represented unlimited creative possibilities, the reminder that great comedians were really great actors wearing funny masks. His aspirational model in Jack Lemmon, though their career trajectories couldn't have been more different. Here was someone who seamlessly navigated between comedy and drama without losing credibility in either territory. What fascinated Chase wasn't Lemmon's neurotic screen persona or his dramatic range. It was his ability to make audiences care about flawed characters who probably deserved their misfortune. Lemmon specialized in lovable losers who somehow maintained dignity despite constant humiliation. Chase studied Lemmon's technique for balancing sympathy with humor, analyzing how he could make self-inflicted disasters feel tragic rather than merely ridiculous. Lemmon taught him that great comedy emerged from character vulnerability rather than character superiority. Behind cameras, Lemmon maintained professional enthusiasm that never felt forced or calculated. He approached each project with genuine excitement, regardless of genre or budget. Chase admired that kind of sustained passion for the craft. What impressed Chase most was Lemmon's seamless transition between Billy Wilder comedies and serious dramatic work. He proved that funny actors could tackle weighty material if they possessed sufficient skill and courage to abandon their comedic safety nets. Their industry encounters revealed Lemmon's genuine humility, despite achieving legendary status. Chase recognized aspirational qualities in Lemmon's approach to career longevity and artistic growth. Lemmon taught Chase that versatility required more than natural ability. It demanded willingness to risk failure in unfamiliar territories, while maintaining the core qualities that made audiences trust you. For Chase, Lemmon represented career evolution, the proof that comedic actors could mature into respected dramatic performers without abandoning their essential appeal. 3. George C. Scott. Chevy Chase discovered his most intimidating acting ideal in George C. Scott, though their paths rarely crossed beyond industry functions in mutual professional respect. Here was someone who commanded absolute authority through sheer force of uncompromising talent. What awed Chase wasn't Scott's famous intensity or his dramatic achievements. It was his complete indifference to popularity or commercial appeal. Scott pursued artistic excellence with military precision, treating each role like a battle that required total victory or honorable defeat. Chase studied Scott's rejection of the Academy Awards and understood something profound about artistic integrity. Scott proved that real performers didn't need external validation if their work met internal standards. He taught Chase that respect was earned through consistent excellence rather than public relations campaigns. Behind cameras, Scott maintained the same unforgiving standards that marked his performances. No compromise, no shortcuts, no tolerance for mediocrity from himself or collaborators. Chase admired that kind of beautiful stubbornness. What impressed Chase most was Scott's fearless embrace of unlikable characters who demanded audience attention through pure dramatic force. He specialized in men who were probably right but impossible to love, proving that charisma was optional if conviction was absolute. Their brief encounters revealed Scott's genuine contempt for Hollywood's superficial aspects while maintaining deep respect for serious craftsmanship. Chase recognized similar ambivalence about entertainment industry politics. Scott taught Chase that greatness required sacrifice of comfort, popularity, and easy choices. That some actors chose artistic integrity over commercial success and never regretted the decision. For Chase, Scott represented uncompromising excellence, the reminder that real artists answered only to their own impossible standards. 2. Walter Matthau. Chevy Chase found his comedic conscience in Walter Matthau, though their connection existed more through shared temperament than actual collaboration. Here was someone who transformed crankiness into an art form, proving that being difficult could be endearing if executed with sufficient skill. What attracted Chase to Matthau wasn't his famous grumpiness or his comic timing. It was his ability to make unlikable characters absolutely magnetic. Matthau specialized in men who complained about everything, but somehow made their complaints feel justified and entertaining. Chase studied Matthau's approach to playing jerks who audiences actually rooted for, analyzing how he could make selfishness seem charming and pessimism appear wise. Matthau taught him that great comedy emerged from honest character flaws rather than manufactured quirks. Behind cameras, Matthau maintained the same cantankerous professionalism that marked his screen work. Their industry encounters revealed Matthau's sharp intelligence disguised as casual conversation. Chase recognized similar wit masked by seemingly effortless delivery. Matthau taught Chase that being unpleasant could be a comedic asset if balanced with unexpected moments of vulnerability. That audience appreciated honesty more than likability when choosing between the two. For Chase, Matthau represented authentic curmudgeonry, the proof that some people could make being difficult look like high entertainment. 1. Cary Grant. Chevy Chase found his ultimate aspirational model in Cary Grant, though achieving even a fraction of Grant's effortless sophistication remained forever beyond his grasp. Here was someone who proved that leading men could be genuinely funny without sacrificing romantic appeal or dramatic credibility. What mesmerized Chase wasn't Grant's famous charm or his impeccable timing. It was his ability to make elegance seem natural rather than practiced. Grant moved through screwball comedies and romantic dramas with identical grace, suggesting that sophistication was birthright rather than learned behavior. Chase studied Grant's technique for maintaining dignity while participating in increasingly ridiculous situations, analyzing how he could pratfall without losing authority or deliver punchlines without sacrificing romantic credibility. Grant taught him that great comedy required maintaining character integrity regardless of circumstances. Their brief industry encounters revealed Grant's genuine humility despite achieving legendary status. Chase recognized aspirational qualities in Grant's approach to career longevity and public persona management. Grant taught Chase that true sophistication was about making difficult things look effortless rather than making easy things look important. That audiences would always prefer genuine class to manufactured coolness. For Chase, Grant represented unattainable perfection, the reminder that some standards were worth pursuing even if they could never be reached. Chevy Chase spent decades chasing sophisticated comedy. These 6 actors taught him that true elegance couldn't be manufactured or mimicked. It had to be earned through consistent excellence. That pursuit remains worthwhile even when perfection stays tantalizingly out of reach.